G Uso returns to his family, and the bloodline has been reunited. Oh wait, what's that? It's not Roman Reigns, the part-timer, couldn't be bothered to show up again. Welcome back, guys, to Vogue Wrestling, here to review SmackDown for the 10th of March 2023. Big G Uso, the right-hand man, main event J, he returns. We get the bloodline reuniting, but we don't, because half the members couldn't even be bothered to show up to SmackDown tonight. We know Roman Reigns. We know Roman Reigns turns up once every 6 months. He can't be bothered working now. He's got the Brock Lesnar schedule. But what's Solo Sikoa's excuse, really? Honestly, we're almost at WrestleMania, and we can't even get the bloody champ. This guy holds both belts, so it's kind of important that he's on the show. And like, it'd be fair enough if he's not going to be on both shows. Okay, that's fair. But Jesus, he wouldn't even turn up on SmackDown. Like, what the hell is happening here? But G Uso comes in, he arrives backstage with his brother Jay. He gets greeted by Heyman. Heyman says that Roman Reigns is delighted that Jay's back with the bloodline. Yeah, he's so happy that he didn't show up. Then Paul Heyman says that he's happy too. The hug, the embrace, but it looked really weird. It looked like Jay didn't want anything to do with Paul Heyman. And then Jay says that he will reveal, he says to Kayla Braxton, he will reveal why he chose the bloodline over Sami Uso, or Sami Zayn, whatever Sami's calling himself these days. And then they also say that they'll take care of the Cody Rhodes problem. So, I mean, that was the start of SmackDown. I kind of like these starts when they have like an interaction backstage. They show someone arriving. You get like a different, unique setting, location. You know, I think that's good. I mean, the content itself wasn't great. It was just the Usos arriving, and then you basically get told at the start of the show, "Oh, Roman Reigns isn't here." Now, I am not comparing Roman Reigns to Stone Cold Steve Austin, not in the slightest, guys. I swear, I'm not. But let's just say, since Roman Reigns is the man with the belts, let's just, for this argument's sake, compare him to Austin. Could you imagine Raw back in the day, and they kick off Raw by telling you that Stone Cold Steve Austin isn't on the show? I mean, are you for real? The viewers would be like cut in half. I mean, I remember once Vince Russo saying how Austin like left Raw halfway through the show once, and like the ratings absolutely nosedived. So I mean, why would they do this? Like, why would they come out flat out say at the start of the show, Roman Reigns isn't here? Now, I'm not saying false advertised, but I mean, it just seems it does seem weird why they'd be so, they'd be so rushed in, they'd be so quick to let us know that, here, guess what? See the champ, see that guy that brags about having both belts for nearly 1,000 days? Yeah, you know him? You know the guy that's main event WrestleMania? Guess what? He's not here tonight, What a joke. Anyway, we move on to the Fatal 5-Way number 1 contender match for the WWE Intercontinental title. It's Xavier Woods, LA Knight, Karrion Kross, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. But before we get into this match, we're going to go on a little mini rant about Scarlett Bordeaux and the fact that she has been wasted as a valet for Karrion Kross. Let's be real, women's wrestling absolutely sucks. You look at WWE, there's no real stars in the women's division. It doesn't matter who they push. They can try and tell you Charlotte's great, Bianca Belair's great. Nobody really likes them. And then we've got Scarlett Bordeaux, who is good in the ring, good on the mic, amazing body, blonde, great tits, great ass, the smoke show, Scarlett Bordeaux. If you know, you know. She could be the next star in the women's division, but no, she is basically a sidekick. She is an accessory. She is a prop for her boring ass boyfriend, Karrion Kross. And the only thing these two have in common is Scarlett's got a great bum and Karrion Kross is a bum. Anyway, we move on. We get the match. Is the match good? No, the match is boring. It sucked. And it was so predictable. I said in my preview, I said in the predictions, I said exactly how this match was going to go. I said it would end in a double pinfall with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus getting the pin at the same time. They'd be looking confused. the rest would raise both their hands and we would have joint winners. It would be a draw and we would get the triple threat match. And that's exactly what happened. It was really bloody lame. You seen it coming a mile away. They're both looking, I won. No, I won. I mean, what the fuck? You can clearly see that he's both got the pinfall at the same time. He's either both won or none of he's won. Just man up, man, and move the fuck on. This match absolutely sucked. I mean, I knew it was going to be one of these. Well, I said it was going to be both of them. But I mean, come on. The other three people didn't even have a bloody chance. So, like, what was the point, honestly? I noticed that tonight with the matches on SmackDown. Very, very predictable. So predictable that I predicted everyone correct. So, yeah, I mean, really, who cares? Honestly, who cares? We then get a video package for Rey Mysterio, guys, and good news, Rey Mysterio 619 has officially been confirmed as the first and headliner for the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2023. Well, bloody deserved Rey Mysterio. Look, definitely the greatest luchador in the history of wrestling. Some people can say he's overrated. Some people can say he was not great on the mic. Some people could even say that he only became a world champion because Eddie died. But fuck those people, man. Rey Mysterio, what an absolute legend, man. Seriously, what a legend. Well deserved. And I'm happy to see him headline WrestleMania. And if you look at the remaining roster, I mean, he's like one of only a few people left in wrestling. I mean, there is a legend that is deserving of that Hall of Fame status. Anyway, Dom comes out. Dom basically criticises Rey, says you're a bad dad and all this shit. You missed all the birthdays, you missed all the holidays, and you missed all the soccer games. I mean, who cares? Honestly, man, Dom. Who the fuck cares? You're lucky Rey didn't abort you. You're lucky Rey didn't wear a condom or you wouldn't have any birthdays anyway, so it is what it is. Then Rey can't do anything because obviously he's not allowed to hit his son for whatever reason. So Santos Escobar comes out, but he doesn't come alone this time. He brings Legado del Fantasma. Now, where's this group been for the past whatever, long time? This group's been nowhere. Because it was funny, like Dominic turns up to SmackDown on his own. Santos Escobar has to be solo because he's confronting a heel and he can't have the numbers advantage. But as soon as Dominic brings, the rest of the Judgment Day, then Legado del Fantasma literally appear out of nowhere. I mean, how lame is that though? Seriously, I mean, can they not just be more creative? Can they not work around it? How cheap is it though that Legado del Fantasma, literally just had to disappear because Santos Escobar had to confront Dominic and he couldn't do it with backup. That's lame. That is very lame. We get a match. Legado del Fantasma versus the Judgment Day. Santos Escobar says, "We supposed to fight later, but right now, we fight right now." And he smashes the mic on the ground. It bounces up and it hits Rhea Ripley. So, could he not have fucking aimed it for her head? That's a poor showing from Santos Escobar. But, yeah, the Judgment Day get the win. I don't think anybody's really surprised here. Then Dominic says he wants to speak to Rey face-to-face, man-to-man. Rey still won't hit his son. Dominic wants Rey to happen. Dominic says that he should have been Eddie's son. Rey goes to leave the ring. Dominic runs to attack him. Rey ducks it and Dominic falls to the side. And then Dominic is angry and Rey gets consoled by Legado del Fantasma. I mean, it's a bit cheap, man. Seriously, I feel like for too long this Rey Mysterio Dominic thing, and I've actually enjoyed it. I think it's been okay, but I do feel like it's been a bit stale the past couple of weeks. Okay, we get it. Rey won't hit his son. Can we get to the next point of the story here? I just don't understand. It seems to be with Triple H booking, if you feel like the show's going nowhere. Yeah, for how long? I mean, how long did G Uso need to take to decide that he was obviously going to pick the Bloodline? How long does Rey need to decide, you know what, I need to teach my son some manners and smack his ass? How long does Bray Wyatt need to mumble on week after week to get to his fucking point, guys? You know what I mean? It's like this Triple H era. It's like, can we just advance the storylines, please? It feels like we're stuck. It feels like it feels like Triple H has literally hit paused and none of the stories, nothing is advancing. But yeah, the Judgment Day win. Fair play to Rey Mysterio. We see Braun Strowman and Ricochet warming up backstage. I mean, what a horrible tag team. You've got Braun Strowman, the big bitch that wears red chinos, and then you've got Ricochet, just the boring little vanilla midget guy. You put them together as a tag team, and they are not great. But speaking of tag teams, the Viking Raiders, they get the win here. The Viking Raiders win again. They beat Braun, they beat Ricochet, but the problem is they've already lost. They've lost multiple times now. They've not been able to challenge for tag titles because the Usos are holding them hostage. So basically, the Viking Raiders are useless. You know, they were built up for a year, unbeaten, but then they ran out of things to do. So sooner or later, they had to lose to teams that they'd already beaten because they weren't allowed to challenge the Usos. The whole thing doesn't make any sense. The ending of the match comes when Flair, fucking Sarah Logan without any shoes on. That's what we're going to call her, because that's essentially what it is. Face paint and fucking no shoes. Who does she think she is? Bloody trying to steal Umaga's gimmick here? I don't get it. Anyway, she looks at Ricochet. Michael Cole tries to make out as if she's possessed Ricochet, or Ricochet, you know, Ricochet's seen the devil. No, he's seen a woman. It's a fucking ugly woman with face paint. It's not the devil. I mean, and again, this leads to Ricochet missing his move and the Viking Raiders getting the win. And it's just more women that they're either like overpowering men or dominating men or getting one over on men. It's just WWE, man. Women are superior to men. And I get it. Oh, it's Women's International Women's Month. You have to treat the women good. WWE treat the women good fucking 12 months a year. When are the men going to get the upper hand on the women, eh? When's that going to happen? Probably never. But we move on. What did we get after this? Alright, we get Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair then picks up a match with Shotzi Blackheart. And of course, I mean, who's going to win this one? Seriously, Charlotte Flair never loses. Shotzi Blackheart never wins. It's pretty obvious who's going to win this match as we're on the road to WrestleMania. As Charlotte's getting ready to defend her title. Of course she's not going to lose this match, for God's sake. Charlotte has had more surgeries to her face than she's lost matches in her entire WWE career. So she's not going to lose 4 weeks before WrestleMania to bum, you know, to jobber Shotzi Blackheart, man. This match was a waste of time. Charlotte Flair wins. She gets confronted by Rhea Ripley at the end. Again, nothing really happened here. Rhea Ripley's like, I won the Rumble and I challenged you. No fucking shit. Did you really need to point out the obvious like that? Seriously? And then Charlotte's like, you're Rhea Ripley. You destroy everything in your path except me. Wow. Great TV. Riveting promos, man. I can't wait to see this match. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. No, I'm really not. Then we get the main event, I guess. The Usos come out. Jay says that it wasn't easy. He says that none of you guys could do what I did. Put yourself in my shoes. I had to choose my brother. I had to choose the bloodline. I had to choose my family. He talked about Jimmy getting clipped if he didn't come back to the bloodline. I mean, like, isn't it so fucking obvious here that the problem is Roman Reigns? Now, G Uso says that Sami Zayn was selfish for not falling in line. Has G Uso got memory issues? Has he got a memory loss or something like this? Has he got dementia? Because at the very start, he wouldn't fall in line. He would not bow down to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns had to kick his ass to get him to join the bloodline, to get him to be his little bitch. So why the hell is he making it as if Sami is doing something brand new when he done it before Sami did it? You know, this made no sense to me whatsoever. But yeah, he says that the only person he blames is Sami Zayn. Then Jimmy talks about the Cody Rhodes problem. Cody Rhodes comes out and says, well, if you're going to talk about me as a problem, why don't you talk to my face? Cody says he's going to get the crowd want to see it. Right, so Cody said that this is really lame, man. Cody says that the Usos might answer to Roman Reigns, but he answers to the crowd. Why? Why does Cody Rhodes answer to the crowd? It's so fucking lame. It's like every single face in wrestling now has to be like, I do it for the crowd. Bullshit. Look at Stone Cold Steve Austin, do you think he came out and whooped McMahon's ass for the crowd? No. Yeah, he got the crowd involved. He's like, if you want to see me whoop McMahon's ass, give me a hell yeah. But the fact is, Austin would have whooped McMahon's ass, whether he got a hell yeah or a hell no. But it's like nowadays, it's like every single face wrestler, they kind of act like little bitches, and it's like, oh, I'll do whatever the fans tell me to do. It's like, why can't you be your own person? Why can't you do it for you? Never mind doing it for the fans. Honestly, man, I think wrestling's really lame that way. But anyway, Sami Uso comes out, Sami Zayn comes out, they get in a brawl, we get a 4-man brawl, they're brawling around the ringside, they're brawling in the crowd, then they get back to the ringside, and look, I don't want to, honestly, I don't want to nitpick, I don't want to, pick on little things here, but I thought this was pretty stupid. It made it look really choreographed at the end. So, I mean, they start brawling back to the ringside, and then both Cody and Sami throw the Usos in the ring, literally just to get up and clothesline them out the ring. It's like, what was the point of that? Seriously, why throw them out the ring when you're literally going to clothesline them out of the ring within about 2 seconds? It just looked a bit cheap, in my opinion. You want to talk about realistic, you want to talk about what a real fight looks like, this certainly wasn't it, guys. But there you go, Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn celebrate. I mean, could we get Cody Rhodes versus the Usos in a tag team match? Maybe. I think we could get that. I still think it's going to be I think it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos at WrestleMania. So I don't really see Sami and Cody beating the Usos, because then you'll be thinking if they can do it, then so can Sami and KO. But I don't really see Cody losing either on the build up to it. He's never lost, so you could always get a DQ. I guess something like that could happen. Solo Sikoa could interfere, and then maybe that'll lead to Kevin Owens, coming out and helping Sami. That's actually what might happen. Yeah, Solo Sikoa might come out, cost them the match, and then maybe Kevin Owens will come out and make the save, and him and Sami Zayn can kiss and make up. But anyway, guys, that's it for SmackDown. I was disappointed, man, straight out. It's not that I like Roman Reigns. I'm not even a big Roman Reigns fan, but it's like, I feel like for the stories to advance, for the Bloodline story to advance, for the world title picture to advance, for Roman versus Cody to advance, then you need stuff to happen, and it just didn't happen tonight. By the way, I did miss out a Paul Heyman promo, but he said pretty much nothing. It was Paul Heyman just mouthing on. His mouth was open, his mouth was moving, but nothing was really coming out. He's on about, the best way to beat Cody is to make him feel like a beaten man, and it's like, what is this shite, man? Seriously, I think Paul Heyman is the most overrated mic talker, arguably, of all time. And that's not me saying he isn't good. I think Paul Heyman's great, but I take that back. I think Paul Heyman was great. I mean, we look at him now, and it's like people have just accepted WWE being shit, and they'll just accept Paul Heyman repeating the same garbage time and time again. I mean, yeah, I remember Paul Heyman doing some great promos back in the day, but let's be real, he is literally phoning it in, week out. Do you remember that time he was with Brock Lesnar, and every single, yeah, my client is the 1 in 21, and what? I mean, how awful was that shit? Seriously, but yeah, point is, man, Paul Heyman, he's okay on the mic. He's still a good promo guy, but he's not great. Let's be honest, guys. He's not great, and people make out as if every time he cuts a promo, it's godlike, and it's just not. This promo tonight was not. Anyway, disappointed with SmackDown. The matches were cheap and boring. I didn't really think G Uso's explanation was great. I mean, he pretty much told us what we already knew. That he blames Sami, and that he had to choose his family. We knew he had to choose his family. Obviously, he was going to choose blood. So, I mean, we didn't really learn much tonight, man. It wasn't a good SmackDown. I'm going to give it the match just sucked as well, man. I'm going to give SmackDown normally I think SmackDown's one of the better shows of the week, but yeah, I didn't really like this one. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10, guys. That's it for me. I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah, I'm yawning. You know what? Shoot me. I think I deserve to yawn, man. It's like, It's 4 o'clock in the bloody morning. I'm sitting on watching SmackDown. So yeah, I'm going to yawn. That's how we're going to end this video, guys. On a yawn. Till next time. Peace. And by the way, maybe if wrestling was good, maybe I wouldn't be yawning, eh? Maybe if they actually gave us something good to watch, I wouldn't be sitting here, my eyes falling out my head, barely able to stay awake. So yeah, come on, McMahon, Triple H, whatever one of you people are to blame, start giving us a good show. Anyway, that's it guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.